It's on. Hello, hello,
It's the three of us today.
hello. Hi, we are coaches from all over the world. Today, three of us, Michaela, Arlette, and me, Michaela from Germany. And she's a relaxation coach. Arlette from Cyprus. And Arlette is a parenting coach. And me, myself, communication coach and impact coach. And we have the echo here. Nevertheless, we are more. We are seven of us ladies that we love each other and we work together and we develop together. And we invite you kindly to join us in this development and, well, exploring humans' mind and emotions. I like your face, Michaela. And today we want to invite you to the topic of showing up, how authentic you can be online, for example, or at work or in the meetings or meeting other people or anywhere, how authentic you are and how true you can be to the world around you. That's my question for today. And the question comes from that I do the pivot again at my work, but I am finding myself, and I'm very curious again. What do you think about it, and what we could advise to our coaches and people that work with us about this topic? Michaela, come on.
Oh, you gave the word from me to me. Thank you, Kamila. So while you were talking, I was asking myself, as we talked uh, before we start the live, as I was telling the story I had at the weekend. I take part in a workshop, and I really find myself somehow being authentic, being like I am, and somehow I'm a really um, a person jumping up and down and being happy and expressing myself in the outside. So, and yeah, I don't help myself back. So I asking questions because I'm paying for the course, so I can ask questions, and putting things out. And at the end, there was this guy coming to me, and he. Because it was also a tango course. So, and we were dancing the last dance together. And after that, he looks me in the eyes and he said, you have such a nice embrace and you are such a happy person. And as I see you for the first time, I thought by myself, oh my goodness, why she's asking so much and why she's going forward and expressing herself so much. And what I'm noticing was I myself don't let me be like that. So you were a mirror for me, and I noticed that I maybe, yeah, should myself let be more like you. So even also ask questions if there are any questions, and that was really nice because, hi, Arta. So we were starting already the live. Be invited to join us and let the people watching us know what we were talking again today about the topic showing up as we are, really. So authenticity and so on.
Your
Yeah,
topic.
yeah. And I was telling the story I had at the weekend, and it was somehow really a journey for myself to even find myself. I don't know how it is with you guys looking this live video or the replay and put in the box watching replay or something like that. Um, I come to this point when I thought by myself, there are several people inside of myself. When I am a mother, there is this mother person inside myself. And when I am dancing tango, there is this tango person inside of myself. And maybe when I was working at the court, there is this court working people inside, person inside of myself. And I observe myself somehow in every part, and I am a completely different person. And then I come to this point where I ask myself, who am I really inside, deeply inside of myself? And I started this journey want to find myself, who this person really inside of myself, putting the mask off and show myself who I really am. Who yeah, and I think I'm somehow at this point where I can say I somehow find myself in a way and really, yeah, somehow
It's a
try
path.
to be again.
It's a path, isn't
It's
it?
tough, yes.
An
So
experiencing.
that's somehow my story, and I'm really curious about what you could tell about this thing.
How about Arlette?
I didn't have time to think. You ask difficult questions and interesting questions, Camila. Stimulates my thinking. So when you are talking about authenticity, for example, and how authentic we can be, how we show up, let's say online or with our clients or in our life, I think um professionally, I think authenticity comes from the fact that because people are buying into your energy. People need to connect with you, and nobody connects with you if you are not really authentic. So if your primary goal is to sell and not to help, especially for us now that we're coaches, or I think in any uh, job, I mean in any profession, when you are dealing with clients and you when you are your primary help, your primary goal is to really help and to make a difference, the money definitely comes. So, but when your focus is on just making money and how I can take advantage and how I can twist things and how, and you know what I mean, then you lose your authenticity because people do not connect much to that part. I mean, we understand. You watch different people and you understand who you connect with, who you cannot connect with, but that comes from true authenticity. But the problem that what I see, for example, right now in TikTok, in Instagram, I see that a lot of the coaches just how to say it, JJ just post anything just to attract more, viewers. It could be anything. It could be they're getting out of bed. It could be anything basically that is out of the norm. Let's say out of the professional norm to show up in a more personal to show up their personal side of life. But I think it went to extremes now. I don't connect with that either because it becomes a little bit stupid for me when I watch it. Like it's like putting your dirty laundry out there. Nobody's putting their dirty laundry on social media. Everybody's putting what they want to put and what they want, to present. So things have become more extreme, I think. I just do what feels right to me at the moment, basically. And for personally, I think the aim is to be authentic. The aim is to live your true life. The aim is to be more honor what your needs are and what you want and what you want to tolerate and what you don't want to tolerate in your life, so that you move towards more on living an authentic life. Because you cannot be authentic when there are things that um, when there are things that are not a good match, let's say. So or when you are not being honest with certain things,
And
for
Arlette, we are coaching people. We are giving them the example. We are telling them what to do in the moments when they don't know what to do. Where is the space for authenticity in that?
we are telling them what to do when they have I would tell them that just sit a little bit with yourself in your own space and reflect a little bit. Just reflect. Give that space to yourself and sit down and reflect basically and
Mm-hmm.
see what's happening try to reflect, try to understand things, and try to always understand things with compassion.
To
So
devote into yourself, I guess.
yeah, that would be the first step.
Great. Thanks, Alette. And I'm very curious of what Arta would say because it's definitely her topic.
Amazing topic. I love it. It's very interesting, very complex topic as well. Um, because we are in this continuous search of who we actually are. Like I think it's like you said, Camilla, life, or you, Michaela, like lifelong journey. And I think as more I live, as more different facets I discover about myself. You know, just a year ago, I didn't know that. Oh, I was such a badass CEO, and now I'm discovering the CEO side of myself, and the structure in myself, and the support in myself, and the solidity of myself. You know, that as an artist, as a creative spirit, I did not um, see in myself just a couple of years ago. And so, yeah, I think on one hand, this is about being true to ourselves, and I think the most challenging moments are the ones where we get a lot of input from other people, a lot of advice, a lot of what we should do. And we have these coaches and mentors, and everyone is saying, or family members. I grew up in a family where there were, I think, 4 different opinions about what I should do with my life. On a weekly basis, somebody wanted to tell me what I should do. And that's why I think at the end I left my home country, because I just wanted to get away from this influence and find myself, like who I am, what I like to do, what I want to do. And that was a very good decision in my situation, because it was really a bit too much. And so yeah, I needed that space. So when we take space and time to discover who we are, what we want, what we like, then we are closer to ourselves, and then we get away from this programming and social conditioning and all those things. And then when you were ladies mentioning content, and that's a very interesting topic, like what to share, what not to share, like what is important, because oversharing is also not good, you know, like we have to be strategic about it, like what do I want to, what is the impact I want to make, what do I want to help people with, and then structure that all around that, and then still have this playfulness and fun within that framework that we are here to create, because we each have a unique purpose. I have my purpose, you have different purpose, and then you create that authentic expression from there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
interesting, Arta, what you was telling, because what coming to my mind is while you were talking and telling your story that you leave somehow your family somehow. I think by myself, oh, we are so often pleasing other people that they are think good about us. We want to be a good person, so we have learned that out of childhood you have to be a good child, so then everything will be fine, and then you get the presents and whatever. So we are learning when we are pleasing other people and behave like they want to have us, then everything will be fine. And it needs, I think it needs a big courage to
Mm-hmm.
say no to that such things. And sometimes the people, I think, has to get at a place, maybe if that when they get ill. So I think illness is often this sign for a person that where the body is telling the person, stop, you have to look at yourself and really ask yourself what you want, and not what you think what other people want for you. And if family members often think they know better what is good for you than you know. So
But
thank
Yeah.
you
but
for that.
And I wanted to mention that about like I grew up in a family of perfectionists, so that was even heavier for me because everything had to be perfect. And so, oh my gosh, to decondition myself from that I have to be perfect and meet the expectations, that was one thing. But also another thing that I can and I should be vulnerable and I should be a human actually, because I we all should be more humans when we want to create better relationships in our life. So showing the humanness is authentic. But
Yeah,
how many people show that they're humans in our industry? How many glamorous pictures you see and coaches that are doing fabulous and they're never losing it. They never have any issues. What is that? It's so fake. And of course, there are people who get seduced by this facade, but intelligent people don't. You know.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think, yeah, sorry, Camilla.
go on, Arlette, because I want to wrap it.
Okay, so I just wanted to say that what Arta is saying about it, the content is like what sort of people you want to attract at the end of the day is the basis of my content. We want to attract, we know what to attract, so we base our content on that. Camilla, you didn't say much. Say something.
True. Maybe I would say something.
Something.
But,
Say
yeah,
something.
something. Yeah. I had two things in my mind while this conversation. One thing is experience. Sometimes we don't know what is authentic for us, and we think something about us, and we try it, and it appears that
Mm.
it's not exactly my thing. But mind, each one of us, we have to try to know that. That's number one. And number two, Michaela, you mentioned courage. Courage. Courage to stand naked in front of someone. I love negotiation because of one reason. The reason is that my son is showing me that he loves me. So I have to tell him, I love you too. Um, I love negotiation because when you negotiate with someone, if you don't find the connection, it doesn't work. But the moment when you find connection, for me, is very comparable in with standing with someone naked. Well, it doesn't mean that you have no clothes, but you see clearly the person, and this is authenticity. And since negotiation is very similar to marketing, to be honest, the message can be true or can be, well, uh, armored in all the techniques and tools and things like that. And the message for coaches can also be technical and full of methodology, or can be true. Me, a human being, go to you to support you and give you all the best. And this is what I have in mind, talking about authenticity and showing up. And I still have in my mind how authentic I am after all this work that we have done together. Michaela, we started in the same day, and and it was such a long time ago, so many months ago, and I'm curious today about myself, how authentic I can be. And this is the question to each one of us, to all of you, and to all the listeners, that I leave you with this question. And I ask you how much courage you have to show the world who you really, really, really are. So thank you for the session today. Thank you for this meeting and conversation. Don't forget, you're better, Michaela. Don't forget to subscribe and
Right.
invite all people that can benefit from our conversations. And see you next week, which will be about, let's,
Feminine energy.
woo!
Wow.
We're gonna celebrate 8th of March together. So
Yes. Amazing.
Exactly. All
All
right.
right.
See you.
Thank
Bye
you. Ciao,
bye.
ciao.